Hi y'all. Today we are going to do a video dedicated to Valentine's Day. I've got several family-friendly options and several adult-specific options. So let's get started. We are going to start with a pink raspberry float. To make this, you are going to fill a cup with loosely packed raspberry sorbet, and then you are going to slowly pour Sprite over the top of it. And there you have it, a pink raspberry float. Pretty simple, pretty family friendly, pretty delicious. Next, we are going to take the same recipe and slightly modify it and make a pink raspberry freeze, which is basically just a float that's been blended up. And honestly, it's my preference over a float. So to make this, you're going to fill a cup loosely packed with raspberry sorbet, and then you're going to slowly pour Sprite over the top of it and mix it all together. If you want to make a large batch of this, you can definitely do that in the blender, and all you would need to do is put 2 parts Sprite and 1 part sorbet, and then just blend it up and serve it. It's delicious. Give it a try. Now we're going to make some strawberry crinkle cookies. Crinkle cookies are probably one of my favorite types of cookies. These are so delicious. So these are going to be semi-homemade. They are not truly homemade. You're going to start with a box of strawberry cake mix and 1 box of instant vanilla pudding, and you are going to dump those together in a bowl and mix them together. If you skip this step, they will not turn out correctly. You have to mix the pudding and the cake mix together first. Then, once you have that mixed together, you are going to add 1 8-ounce container of whipped topping and 1 egg and bring all of those ingredients together. It's going to start out looking like it's super dry, and then it's going to get very sticky. This is correct. In a separate bowl, you're going to put a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and then using either a 2 or 3 tablespoon cookie scoop. If you don't have a cookie scoop, improvise. You're going to scoop individual cookie balls into the powdered sugar. You want to do it one at a time because they're going to stick together if you don't. You want to make sure each cookie ball is completely covered in powdered sugar, and then you're going to place them on a large sheet pan with parchment paper. It works a lot easier if you use parchment paper and not a grease sheet pan. And then you're going to put them in a 350-degree oven and bake them for 10 to 12 minutes. And then you're going to take them out and let them cool. They're super messy, but they are super delicious and everyone will love them. If you guys like what you're seeing here, like my video. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel. And if you have a suggestion or something that you want to see, just leave me a comment down below and I'll get to it. All right, y'all, now we are going to make a Shirley Temple. This is one of my favorite childhood drinks. You literally just put some Sprite in a cup, drop a few cherries in, and dump some cherry juice in with it. If you want your drink to be Instagram worthy, you're gonna wanna tilt your cup slightly to the side and then slowly dump in your cherry juice so that it sits on the bottom. And whenever you're ready to drink it, just mix it up. Then we're gonna slightly modify this and make it a dirty Shirley and throw in 2 ounces of vodka. I'm sure the technical way to make this is probably with more vodka, but I don't like my drinks to burn whenever I drink them, so I'm only putting in 2 ounces in this pint-sized jar. All right, y'all, I'm gonna coin the name Better Than Most Things cake. That's what this one is. I personally think it's better than anything. I would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and dessert. I would eat this whole cake by myself. The serving size is 1 for me. So what we are going to do is you need a milk chocolate cake mix, and you're just gonna make that to the box recipe. Super simple, just make that to the box recipe. And then once it's done baking, you're gonna take it out of the oven, and while it's still hot, you're gonna poke a whole bunch of holes all over the top of it. I personally use a chopstick. I've seen people use like wooden spoon handles. I've also used a fork. Just poke a bunch of holes all over the top of it. Once you're done poking holes in the top of it, you're going to dump 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk slowly over the top of the cake. Let it soak into all the holes, and once that's kind of soaked in a little bit, then you're gonna dump 1 12.25 jar of caramel flavored topping on the top slowly. Let that soak into the cake as well. Then you're just gonna let the cake sit out and come to room temperature. You can throw it in the refrigerator to speed that process up a little bit. If you're just gonna leave it sitting out on the counter, it should take about 2 to 3 hours. And I forgot to record this part because I was at a friend's house. But I'm just gonna put a picture of the end result cake, or a piece of the cake, because we had already eaten some of it. You're just gonna put the entire container of whipped topping all over the top of the cake after it's cooled. If you don't wait till it's cooled, the whipped topping will melt. So you're gonna put the whipped topping on, and then I will let you decide how much Heath to put on top. I usually just put this whole bag of Heath crumbles on the top of my cake. I know not everybody is a big fan of toffee. I love Heath bar, so I just dump the whole bag on top of the cake, and then you can eat it. Eat the whole thing all at one time if you want. I know I would. All right, one last adult drink before we leave. I just used 12 ounces of white cranberry juice and 3 ounces of vodka. Then mix that together, and if you want this to be Instagram worthy, you're gonna wanna tilt your cup to the side and dump 1 ounce of grenadine so that it falls into the bottom. This is kind of like a twist between the love bug cocktail and like a vodka cranberry. A vodka cranberry has lime juice. A love bug cocktail has the white cranberry juice, but it also has Sprite in it. So it's kind of like a mix between the two. And both of them have more vodka than what I put in this. I don't like my mixed drinks to burn whenever I drink them. Also, I'm not a bartender, so don't hate on my drink making skills. All right, y'all, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a awesome Valentine's Day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, y'all.